Dear students, let's talk about adverse drug reactions. Adverse drug reactions is a small but very important chapter in general pharmacology. This chapter will be useful in your entire medical career because if you forget a few steps in biotransformation or a few reactions of biotransformation, that will not hamper your clinical practice at all. However, forgetting adverse drug reactions can trap you in jeopardy. So let's begin. So what is adverse drug reaction? The World Health Organization has defined adverse drug reaction as any response to a drug that is noxious and unintended that occurs at doses used in humans for prophylaxis, diagnosis, or therapy. That means a drug, when you are using the drug to a patient, that drug is producing some harmful effect, some unwanted effect. Okay, so these effects are noxious, and noxious means these are bad effects. Okay, these are deleterious effects. And unintended, that means these are undesired, you did not want that effect. Okay, and you use the drug in humans at doses used in humans. That means this is not occurring at doses which you will use this drug, or maybe the veterinary doctors will use these drugs in animals, right? So used at doses in humans for prophylaxis, diagnosis, and therapy. Okay, now let's see what are the types of adverse drug reaction. The types of adverse drug reaction are of 5 types. Type A or augmented, type B or bizarre, type C chronic, type D or delayed, type E or end of use. So easy to remember, isn't it? Okay. Now let's talk about these types individually in short. So type A is called augmented. Augmented means something increased. Okay, so if maybe the dose is increased, you will get these effects. Or augmented simply means the effects are increased, right? So this type of adverse drug effects are predictable and dose dependent. What does it mean, predictable? That means although these are not desired, but these are expected, these are anticipated. These drugs, you know that these drugs may cause these adverse effects, and these are dose dependent. That means as you increase the dose, these adverse drug effects will also increase. Okay, you have to remember these two criteria of augmented adverse effects. Now type A adverse drug reaction is subdivided into a few categories. First of all, excessive therapeutic effects. That means you are giving a drug to produce a certain therapeutic effect, but when that therapeutic effect is extended, suppose you have given a slightly overdose of the drug and the therapeutic effect is also increased. Okay, so this is the extension of the desired therapeutic effect. You have given the drug for a certain therapeutic effect, but you are getting more, the therapeutic effect is very high. If I give an example, I think you will be very clear about that. For example, overdose of captopril may cause hypotension. Suppose captopril is an antihypertensive drug. Okay, this is an angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor. This is an antihypertensive drug. So when we give antihypertensive drug in a patient with hypertension, that means a patient has high blood pressure, you are giving this drug to normalize the blood pressure, to reduce the blood pressure to a normal level. But if you give slightly overdose of captopril, that may cause hypotension. That means that will reduce the blood pressure below the normal level. So your therapeutic goal was to reduce blood pressure. It has reduced blood pressure, but what it caused, it actually decreased the blood pressure below the normal level. It has done more than it was expected to. Okay, so this is excessive therapeutic effects. Now let's go to pharmacological side effects. What does that mean? Side effect means this is not the main effect. These are side effects. That means these are undesired actions of drugs which occur at normal therapeutic doses. That means you have given a drug at a therapeutic dose and it has performed its action. It has performed its therapeutic action, but side by side it has produced some other actions which were not desired. Are you with me? Okay. For example, atropine is used to increase heart rate in heart block. Suppose a patient with heart block, he needs atropine. What does atropine do? Atropine increases the heart rate, but it has increased the heart rate as well as it produced dry mouth. It caused dry mouth. So dry mouth is the side effect of atropine, right? So side effects are not the main effects, these are side effects, or you can say these are not the main products, these are the byproducts. Now come to toxic effects. What are toxic effects? If you give a drug at a very high dose, larger dose, then toxicity may appear, and almost all of the drugs are toxic with very high doses. For example, phenobarbital, it can cause cardiorespiratory failure if you give this in high doses, and paracetamol produce hepatotoxicity if given in very high doses. Now come to secondary effects. What are secondary effects? Secondary effects are these are the indirect consequences of primary drug action. Suppose you have given a drug that has served its purpose, the primary action, but it did not produce any adverse effect directly. It produced some adverse effects indirectly. For example, you and your brother are in very good terms, okay, but one of your friends comes and says you that your brother is bad mouthing you, is criticizing you in public. So having heard that, you go to your brother and slap his on his face. So what happened? You are becoming aggressive with your brother, okay, you are showing rage to your brother. And why did you do that? Due to your friend. So your friend did not produce this event directly, but he produced this event indirectly. So the secondary effects are something like that. For example, long-term use of broad spectrum antibiotics, they produce super infection. Suppose you have given a patient ciprofloxacin, a broad spectrum antibiotic, and that antibiotic will kill your gut flora, normal gut flora, and normal gut flora actually are the protector from pathogenic flora or pathogenic bacteria. So when you kill the normal gut flora, what will happen? Those pathogenic gut flora will take upper hand, and that pathogenic gut flora will produce pathogenicity, and that is called superinfection, and that is an indirect adverse effect. Okay, now how will you manage this case, or how will you manage this augmented type of adverse drug reactions? You have to reduce the dose, and you can consider if any concomitant drugs were used there. Okay, so by reducing the dose, you are actually reducing the chance of adverse drug effects. And consider if any concomitant drugs were used. That means if there is any concomitant drug which is having the same type of action, okay, which is having the same type of action, the actions will be more, and that may cause that may be harmful. Okay, so you have to consider that if any concomitant drugs were used. Now type B. Type B is called bizarre, a bizarre type of adverse drug reaction. What is bizarre? Bizarre means something unusual, something very strange. Okay, so bizarre type of adverse drug reactions are unpredictable. These are, you cannot predict those things. Some individual will show these adverse drug reactions and some individuals will not, and these are not dose dependent, these are dose independent, because these reactions can occur at very small doses, or these reactions can occur at high doses. So these are not dose dependent. Again, bizarre type of reactions can be divided into two types. One is idiosyncrasy and another is hypersensitivity reaction. Now let's talk about them. What is idiosyncrasy? Idiosyncrasy is actually explained by this: it varies person to person, mainly due to genetic variation. Okay, you know that every individual is different, they possess different genetic composition. So for that reason, some drugs will have adverse drug reaction in some individuals, and the same drug will have no complication at all in some other individuals. Okay, so this is idiosyncrasy. So this is not expected, and this is not anticipated. This is very unusual. For example, succinylcholine. Succinylcholine is a neuromuscular blocker which is used during general anesthesia. So it can prolong apnea in persons who have genetic deficiency of pseudocholinesterase enzymes. So succinylcholine, this drug is metabolized by pseudocholinesterase enzymes. Okay, so some people, they do not have this enzyme. So these people who do not have these enzymes, they will suffer from prolonged apnea caused by succinylcholine, because succinylcholine will not be metabolized and they will act very highly, they will act very much, overact. Okay, and there is another thing, that is hypersensitivity or drug allergy. What is hypersensitivity? Here drug acts like an antigen. So the body thinks the drug as an antigen, a foreign body, an antigen, and that antigen will react with antibodies in the human body and cause unwanted effects. The unwanted effects like rash, maybe itching, maybe bronchospasm, hypotension, etc. Okay, now let's look at this list. This is a very important list of drugs. These drugs can cause hypersensitivity reaction in some individuals, like penicillin, cephalosporin, these are the groups, then sulfonamide, ciprofloxacin, carbamazepine, phenothiazines, alpha methyl dopa, local anesthetics. There are many local anesthetics that may cause hypersensitivity reaction. How will you manage these types of reactions, this type P bizarre type of